Alright, hey guys, Taylor here. Just wanted to start with, first and foremost, you'll probably notice that my background is a little different today, and that's just because I stayed at my parents' last night after watching the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs! And so I have spent the rest of the day kind of working here, and then I'm going to spend time with my mom this afternoon. That's kind of why things are looking the way they are, so lighting's a little different, but yeah, hopefully we can get through this video, no problem at all. But basically today I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic that I feel like is very important, especially for new pelvic health practice owners. Basically, like, the title of this video is I've opened my pelvic health practice, now what? And so really we're just going to dive into the important parts of healthcare marketing and why it is so critical that you make sure that you are implementing some of these things into your marketing strategy as a practice. So basically, obviously, as a pelvic health practice owner, you have gotten your training and you've opened your practice. And so now you're ready to get patients lined up at your doorstep. And effective marketing is essential for this to occur. So as any new business or practice, you need marketing and a solid marketing foundation to help you drive patients to your practice so that you actually make money as a business. And it's also important to recognize that as a pelvic health practice owner, one of the things that's super important is the fact that you provide services that are very sensitive and not necessarily fun to talk about for the patient. So building trust and credibility through your marketing is going to be your number one key to actually getting patients to come to your clinic. So throughout this video, we're going to walk through 4 different marketing strategies that I feel like are very beneficial for you and your practice. Some of them are older, some of them are newer. And as we go through them, pick and choose what you feel like is beneficial for you in your practice. But these 4 things include boots on the ground, professional networking, community involvement, and then lastly, digital marketing. We're going to talk extensively into digital marketing. So really by implementing these strategies, you're going to be well on your way to growth and success of your business as a pelvic health practice. So let's kind of talk about what boots on the ground is. And really, boots on the ground is exactly what it sounds like. You're putting your shoes on, putting your big girl pants on, going out and actually meeting with people. So your boots are physically on the ground. And I would say that this strategy involves the most face-to-face time with meeting with people. And these can be people that are potential patients or potential referral sources for you and your practice. And just starting conversations with them about what it is that you do and who it is that you help. And then the services that you offer at your practice. So as a pelvic health provider, this should look like something like meeting with other healthcare providers like an OBGYN, primary docs, just different wellness providers within your area. And, the important thing is that you get to know them and strike up conversations by just introducing yourself and letting them know that you're in the area, you provide these services, and you can help people struggling with pelvic health dysfunction. So building these strong relationships can result in referral sources or collaborative opportunities, which could be integral for you and your business. The goal is just really to get your name out there when it comes to the boots on the ground aspect of things. Knocking door to door is, I guess, another way of describing it. But some effective tips for boots on the ground specifically is to make sure that you have your elevator pitch figured out. So that can be specific to your unique selling point. So this looks like 1 to 2 sentences of who it is that you help and what it is that you do, as well as the problems that you solve for these specific people. The second thing could be providing marketing materials to these individuals. So oftentimes when you go to meet with practice owner or with other healthcare providers, they don't necessarily have the time to step away from the patients that they're providing services to and actually talk face to face. So it's important that you carry business cards with you and other informational brochures, something that you can leave at their office that really allows them the opportunity to learn about who you are and what you do, and make sure to provide contact information so that if they want to get in touch with you later on, they can, and seek out more information about your services. And then lastly, another simple thing could be something like participating in your community's annual health events or annual health fairs. And we're going to touch more on community involvement later on. But these are also great opportunities for you to people face to face, engage with them, tell them about your business, what you do and who you help, and offer free things, free assessment, free consultations, and just quick information. And this can kind of leave a lasting impression on those that you meet with, that you are involved and you are ready to see patients. So next marketing strategy that I think is really important is called professional networking. This can be kind of similar to boots on the ground, but it's not necessarily as physically demanding, so not necessarily having to go out and actually meet with people as much. But as we talked about before, speaking with other healthcare professionals or people within your field is really beneficial so that you can foster like a sense of trust and credibility with these professionals. So I would say like some ways to start professional networking that is really easy would be like joining a Facebook group that is specific to pelvic health practices or pelvic health practice owners or just pelvic health in general. It's always great to meet individuals like through those different Facebook groups to either 1, network, 2, learn new things, 3, ask questions if you're struggling with treating a patient on something specific, or this could even look like joining your profession's professional health organization. So for like physical therapists, you have the APTA. They definitely have a specific pelvic health chapter that you can get involved in. And a lot of times they'll host like free online seminars and that kind of stuff, which will also help you professionally. And then moving on to the second aspect of professional networking is seeking out mentorship. And this can be really great because even though like you definitely have the skills and the training to open a business and treat patients, you might not necessarily have the business skills to run a successful business. And so networking with other pelvic health practice owners that have been in the field for a while and running their own business for a while, or even hiring a business coach could be super beneficial for you to gain more knowledge and insight into running a business and just help you to navigate some of the challenges, especially at the start of your practice and just throughout running your business. I think mentorship is very beneficial. And then lastly, partnering with other healthcare providers, whether they're non-clinical or whatever it is. Typically there's complementary professions to what it is that we do, but I would say some of these individuals could look like yoga instructors, nutritionists, and other holistic health professionals. And when establishing relationships with these types of individuals, not only do we get to know them and build trust with them, but then in result, typically we end up increasing our reach to the population that they are serving, the individuals and clients that they are serving. And if we do this right, this kind of allows us the opportunity to meet potential patients where they're at, and also at places or at facilities or in specific settings that they are interested in, whether it's yoga classes or nutritionist's office, so that we can provide more of like a holistic level of care. By meeting them where they're at and collaborating with these other healthcare providers, we create a more like well-rounded, holistic quality of care for these individuals that I feel like is really important just overall for an individual's health. So again, another option for professional networking is getting out there and working with other, non-clinical individuals or clinical individuals that would see patients or clients that are similar to your population that you're interested in. And then third marketing strategy is community involvement, which, as we know, engagement in your community is always beneficial. And not only can you spread the word about your practice, but you can also showcase like how much loyalty that you have for your community and that you're investing in your community. And this can just really boost your credibility with those surrounding you in your community, because they see that you are invested in your community and you're not just here to make a dollar. So some of the different ways that you can get involved in your community, as we kind of talked about before, partnering with local facilities or organizations, collaborate with women's health facilities, fitness studios, local community recreational centers, participate in different things that they offer. So if they're offering a fundraising event or just different events, participate in them, be involved in them, volunteer your time. Then the next option for community involvement is like providing free informational sessions or presentations for people within your community. This could be a great way if you're partnering with local fitness centers or community centers to basically like draw in the individuals that they have already built credibility with as that specific business, that fitness center or that recreational center, and draw the people that they have within that center to you so that you can provide free information and just further spread the word about yourself. And this can really help to further break down educational barriers about pelvic health, which we know can be one of the most limiting factors for people seeking out pelvic health services. And then lastly, for community involvement, volunteer your time. So this can be something as simple as volunteering at a local women's health shelter, a senior center, or really anything. Just getting involved in volunteer opportunities, whether it's at your church or whatever, to once again really showcase that you are involved in your community and that you're interested in establishing trust and credibility with the people within it. You're not just there to tell somebody that you offer this, so come work with you. You're actually showcasing that you are invested in your community and you care about those within your community, not just the individuals that you want to treat. So yeah, or if you're going more of like the pelvic route or the clinical route, volunteer time to offer free screenings on the weekend or in the evenings. And you can invite people to free social event at your clinic. So just like, or even outside your clinic. I've seen in the past, like this is just an example, but a doula that I'm familiar with, she tends to offer a free event where pregnant moms can come and either do like a free prenatal yoga class, or they have a free coffee and donut session. And really that's just like inviting people that haven't signed with them as client, but are their specific population that they help, to come in and just meet and greet and really like, see that they are invested in their community. Obviously, great ways to get in touch with people within your community. And then lastly, my favorite, we're going to move into digital marketing. And digital marketing, obviously I'm a little biased because this is what I do and this is what I love. Kind of like understand that like when I'm talking about this, I could talk about it forever, but I'm going to keep it as short as possible. We all know that we are in quite the digital era, so it's more important than ever for every business to have a strong online presence. And this is even more true, once again, for a pelvic health practice because of the sensitive and intimate topic that we discuss and that we treat as pelvic health providers. So some of the key digital marketing tactics that I feel like are super important for a pelvic health practice is number one, developing a professional website. Obviously, the website itself is going to be your kind of like digital doorstep or digital face of your business. So you want your website to be user-friendly, aesthetically pleasing, functional, and really like speak to what it is you do, who you help, and the problems that you solve. And you want that specific information to be immediately understood within like the first 15 to 30 seconds that somebody's on your website, or it's likely that they're going to move on. Instant gratification is what most people seek within this world at this time. So it's important that our website really showcase exactly that we could help somebody with a specific problem. The next thing, utilize social media platform. And this may be one of the most challenging pieces of digital marketing that I've seen new practice owners struggle with. And I think it really comes down to the fact that a lot of times, if you aren't familiar with social media or you're not like a big social media individual that posts all the time, it can be a little uncomfortable as a business owner then starting to do that because you're putting your face out there, putting your name out there, and really just putting yourself out there on social media, which is new. And, it doesn't have to be scary. It can be simple. There are different strategies that I like to follow or that I think that are very beneficial that pelvic practice owners can implement within their social media marketing that are simple, efficient, and don't require you to be on social media platforms every day, especially not like face-to-face on social media platforms. So step one with like using social media platforms is create business profiles on both like Facebook and Instagram to start with. Those are some of like the more common ones that people are on. And from there, you're going to provide content that is valuable, informative, showcases patient success stories that you've had or that you've experienced, and just allow you to connect with your audience. So social media is super great, even though it can be a little bit scary. And then lastly, leveraging specific content marketing. And this can look like writing blog posts, emails, video content, audio content, whatever it may be. And these pieces of content, once again, should provide valuable information, showcase your expertise, and address common problems that people, within the pelvic health dysfunction realm are going to be dealing with, and then how to solve them, how to solve them. And once you've created these pieces of content, it's important that you share them on your website or on your social media platforms to make sure that like your content itself is further reaching the individuals that you want it to. Not everyone's going to know that like even though you wrote a blog and you posted it, that is there. So these different like marketing strategies to get people directed back to your content is really important. Again, I think it's important to say that like digital marketing is critical for you and your business, no matter what business that you are. And I would say like a few more things to kind of touch on is the value of digital marketing for increasing your visibility. Also, reaching a specific target audience. There are different aspects of digital marketing that allow you to reach individuals of specific demographics, a specific location, or have specific interest, making sure that whatever marketing content that you're creating is meeting the audience that you want it to meet. Like the people that you want to see what you created are seeing what you want. And I think that's really important to mention. The next thing would be like, it's super cost effective. Social media is free. Most website builders, they have a yearly fee that's super affordable. And then within that website, you can write blog posts compared to like traditional forms of marketing like paper advertisement or radio advertisement, television commercials, that kind of stuff. Digital marketing is super cost effective and tends to result in a higher return on investment because you're not putting as much money into it, you know, on the front end of actually doing the digital marketing itself. And then once again, obviously you can reach thousands of people rather than just whatever individuals within your community that buy your local newspaper. The next thing too is digital marketing allows you to, different platforms have different data trackers and analytics that you can look at. And I feel like this is really valuable so that you can see specifically what is working for your digital marketing and what is not, and then tailor your efforts specific to what is working so that you're not wasting your time. You obviously want your efforts that you are making or the time that you're spending creating content, posting on social, you want that to be put towards things that are actually going to benefit you. So it's super cool that digital marketing allows us to look at the data and actually like implement the things that are working. And then lastly, obviously digital marketing, we're going to be adapting, you know, able to adapt efficiently and effectively through digital marketing to the ever-changing trends of society and ever-changing behaviors that people have. Whether that's launching a new social media campaign, experimenting with Google ads or Facebook ads, digital marketing allows you to kind of stay agile and responsive to different marketing changes and marketing dynamic over time. So kind of like wrapping up, you know, digital marketing is really not just an option. It is critical and a necessity for public health practice owners in order to thrive in today's competitive market. You know, although public health is still up and coming, there are more and more practices popping up, both brick and mortar and virtually. And so in order to, you know, position your practice in a good spot, it's important that you embrace digital marketing so that you can increase your reach to your audience, essentially like ensure long-term success. And once again, don't sleep on the importance of digital marketing. It is going to be so beneficial for your pelvic health practice to reach its full potential and success. So at the end of the day, we've covered these 4 different marketing strategies: boots on the ground, professional networking, community involvement, and my fave, digital marketing. You know, there's many aspects included when it comes to marketing, but the biggest thing is that you implement the ones that you feel comfortable with and that you feel like are working for you. The important thing is that you stay authentic, compassionate, and committed to delivering high quality care to your patient. Stay true to yourself within your marketing strategies because ultimately people want to know you and want to know how you can help them. And you're going to gain a lot more trust with individuals if you just truly be yourself. Really, it's just important that once you start your practice, you've got your business entity set up, documentation system figured out, you know, all the legal aspects of like what it is you got to do. All that's good to go. Start considering marketing wise, like how you want to market your practice. And I would highly encourage you to consider some forms of digital marketing because they're going to be beneficial for you long term for the rest of your practice's life. That kind of covers everything I wanted to talk about today. If you guys are interested in more about me and my services, you can follow me on Instagram at the Pelvic Marketer, or I will link my website below. And for those of you that aren't really familiar with me, my name is Taylor Kirk. I am a marketing consultant for pelvic health practices. And, you know, any questions you may have, feel free to get in touch. I'll also link my consultation call link below in the description. And yeah, I hope to talk soon.